All right. Welcome to another episode of More Than Just Money podcast. My name is Alistair Hunt with my good friend
Leon Chastain.
All right, and we got a special guest in the studio. Super excited about this one because this is an organization that we've chosen to be able to support as well. Megan, what's going on, sis? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. And you represent Coyote Packs, right?
Yes, Coyote Packs, we started about 8 years ago at Ratton Elementary. That is where I'm the school counselor. But I started out as a teacher, and we saw the need, and we didn't qualify for North Texas Food Bank because we were just 2 points under the requirements.
Oh, wow.
So we decided what else could we do to, serve the need at our school. So Coyote Packs was born.
Now, that was whenever it was smaller. That was how many years ago that you did this?
That was about 8 years ago.
Wow.
I just started teaching first grade, and like I said, I just really saw the need in my class, but then also talking to other teachers. They also had kids in their class, and a lot of teachers buy snacks for their kids every day in class because some will come with snacks and some won't. And so it just kind of started with, some collaboration, speaking to the teachers about the different needs in the school. And we started out in Ratton first and just did Ratton for a year just to see, how it would work. And my good friend, Shannon Boyette, who was a first grade teacher at the time too, she's at Harlow. And when Harlow was built, she took it to Harlow with her. And so that's kind of how it started transferring to the different campuses. And then we had Tiffany Terry and Rhonda Lewis and some board members just get excited and get on board as well. So then it kind of started moving into other campuses around the district. And I believe it even became a board goal for the schools to have a pantry. And then this year we are kind of separating from the school and making it our own nonprofit. We just got our, Texas approval. So now we're waiting on our federal approval. But yeah, we have a bank account for Coyote Packs. We have a new board that we started about 3 months ago, and we are just networking, building up our collaboration, and getting our name out there, and just trying to feed all the kids that we can in Anna that may not have the food on the table when they get home.
So talk about these kids that are some of them are on the free lunch, so they're getting free lunch during the week,
right?
And there was that big gap, right?
Yes, and that was our thing. Like, we know that these kids were getting a hot breakfast and lunch at school, okay, but then we were like, well, what happens on the weekends?
Right.
And so that's kind of how we got started, and I did a little bit of research seeing what other programs there were out there to see what we could bring into Anna. And then I thought, well, let's just do it ourselves, instead of getting, a part of another program, because Anna's growing fast, but we still back then weren't like big enough to do certain things, and we didn't qualify for certain things, and so we go ahead.
Tell me a little bit. So when you look at these kids that come in, I'm sitting here, if you can't if a child doesn't have food, how are they going to grow up and have education, training,
Exactly.
and have strength to even study and everything else? And so one of the things that amazes me is, how are you really defining what that child really needs over the weekend? How do you do that?
Well, and the good thing about the elementary school, or the elementary kids, are very honest.
Oh, yeah.
And they tell you, oh, we only have crackers at home, or Mom can't pay the electric bill this month. They tell you everything. And so, especially their teachers, because their teacher's one of their trusted adults, and they feel safe with them and everything. And not just at Ratton, but I feel like Anna tries to be, make those connections with their kids, so their kids feel comfortable coming to talk to them about, what may be happening or what they may need. And with my social work background, I'm all about, we have to make sure they're physically cared for, emotionally cared for, socially, and then the academics will follow. And if they're missing any of those pieces, then they may not be listening, in that lesson, or they may be falling asleep during that lesson. So they really need all the pieces to be able to be successful.
Well, I think there's multiple, Alistair, I think there's multiple steps when you look at this. At first, you got it, man. If you're out there and you're a teacher, we give kudos to all the teachers. We highly clap, thumbs up, because a lot of teachers are literally taking part of what they make as a salary to bring snacks and desserts in. And so for Miracle Farms, if you're out there watching this, you can go to our website and donate and put in, Coyote Packs and do that. And we're going to make sure money gets to these guys. Our goal is literally to be able to take their whole year's budget off of their plate and help them. And this young lady sitting here in front of you guys today is not only she a licensed counselor, but she is somebody that's got a heart and goal. We want to help her make it to where she can take this and teach it in every school in the United States. But it takes money to do that. And for literally what we would stop and think about, maybe we go out to eat one time, you could donate $50 a month and become a game changer on a residual with Miracle Farms. And month to month, you can put in there Coyote Packs, whatever. We're going to get it there. But the most important thing to me is I think there's a 3-step process here. First of all, the teacher cares so much to want to make this work. Second of all, when you look at this, it's, I think there was a verse out of the heart, the heart of the babe, that babe isn't going to lie, it's going to tell you. So the child is really bringing something there. And then it's for like we were talking this morning, the present, the future, and the legacy. Really what this young lady's doing is she's making sure that child could have a present and the future and the legacy. And that future and that legacy is, who knows, one of these children may wind up being a senator, governor, or even the president of the United States. And God knows we could use it in both parties. But anyway, and so with that being said, I believe why it's so important that we pull together as Miracle Farms and doing what we do and come alongside them and help them.
What I love about this is that, one of our pillars is feeding in the community, but this goes further than that, because you're investing in a child, right?
Right.
And you're investing in a child's well-being that may not have the ability to be able to do for themselves, right? So.
Exactly. And that's what I always say, our children can't help, what situation they're in. They can't help, what's being paid for at home or not being paid for at home, or, having food in the pantry or not having food in the pantry, or having holes in their shoes, or wearing the same clothes, 2 or 3 days in a row. That's not, it is obviously their problem, but it's not their problem, because their job is to come to school and learn.
Right.
And we try to be the best student we can at school. It's the adults at the school who do so much more than just teaching now, because we are providing that social learning and emotional learning and trying to make them into good humans, so showing them empathy and compassion, and that we just truly care about them. Oh, I'm going to try not to cry. You don't know what impact it makes on that child. And they may show you that they care about what you're saying, or they may not show you, but really deep down they do. And years later, I've had kids come back and be like, when you did this in class, that really meant a lot to me, But at the time, I would never have known. So you just never know what seed you're planting in that child, and for them to become successful, that's our end goal, and that doesn't necessarily mean successful in a job, but just successful as a human.
Right.
We do a lot with Grace Place Food Pantry, and talking to Pastor Hope and Pastor Leif and Pastor Carey. They say that anything could change at any moment. That's why they don't have any requirements for you to be able to come get food. You can have lost a job, or all of a sudden a bill comes out, or a medical bill, and all of a sudden you find yourself food impoverished, right?
Exactly.
So it's not necessarily these kids' fault, but it's not necessarily sometimes the parents' fault either. So imagine the relief that they have one more thing taken off their plate when they're trying to get through these different situations. Right?
Exactly.
And it doesn't take but one shift, one thing that can really shift your environment instantly overnight. And so, especially if that mom's a single mom, my wife grew up in a single mom's home, but there were times the lights wouldn't work.
Yeah.
There's times that I've heard stories that the water don't work, gas don't work. So us as human beings and us us with Miracle Farms, our number one goal is to literally be able to ratify, to literally do away with hunger in cities. But the only way we can do that is have money to do it with. And so, you may see this as, this is a time of season that we're going to, that, we're in the tail end of the year. And there's business owners, CEOs that needs tax credits. We're a registered 501c with the IRS. You can donate to Miracle Farms, get those tax benefits. Or if it's $25 a month or $25 million, it's an opportunity to give, because we're going to turn right back around and give it back.
That's it. This is
and
our
that's
passion.
what we do.
This is what we want to do, right?
We just donated turkeys with one of the city councilmen local. We've got 200-300 pounds of meat coming to one of the local food pantries this week coming up, next week. And so our goal is to literally take what's given us and put it back to work in the cities.
That's it.
And you said even no matter how small it is, we have a family, and I don't know who it is because it's anonymous. It doesn't say in the box who it came from, but they have a reoccurring shipment to Ratton every month, and it has granola bars and I think peanut butter crackers, and they do it every single month. But I have no idea who it is. I wish I did, but that may not sound like much, but
we've got
those
$25 a month donors that donate every month to us, and that's a box
beautiful.
of food.
Exactly.
For what we do with it, And so, a pallet of foods, I think 2206 feeds 1,100 meals or something else like that. Semi-trailer load of foods, $52,000. You may be watching this; those dollars go right back into the cities and do things with what we're doing today.
So talk about you mentioned it, but your Amazon list. So you have Amazon list that people can go to, and they can actually send stuff directly to you, right?
Yes, and we share. We especially share it when we're getting low in our pantry, but we have it on our website, and now that we have, we're getting more official in the community, we're starting to, hit some of the community events. But yes, we have an Amazon list that, has all of our little entrees and snacks and stuff that we send home to the kids, because we want it all to be obviously kid-friendly, and we want it to be simple for them to just put it in the microwave, maybe add water, but put it in the microwave. So, the mac and cheese cups versus the box of mac and cheese, things that a 5 or 6 year old can cook themselves. So they get a breakfast, which might be a box of cereal, maybe Pop-Tarts, and then they get an entree, so either mac and cheese or ravioli or something like that. And then we do a fruit cup and a snack, and I think that's it per day. And so we have a 3-day weekend every week now. So that actually added to our expense for this year. And so they get, 3 days worth of food every weekend on Thursday afternoon.
Right. And then during the breaks, during the holidays, you actually give them enough to be able to last them through the Christmas break and the Thanksgiving break too, right?
Yes. So Monica Wilson is one of our board members, and she actually, with her son Trey, he used Coyote Packs as his senior project for beta. Nice. Several years ago. He just graduated from college, so that tells you how long it was. And we tallied it up, and it was $40 to cover the kids, all of our kids. We have about just under 90 kids that we serve each weekend right now. And so the $40 would cover Thanksgiving and Christmas, just $40 for one kid. And so she put that out to her friends on Facebook, and she's already got up to $700 from just her friends and everything. So, it just, when you break it down like that, it sounds a whole lot better than, we need $3,000 to cover, Christmas break.
Well, that's what we're talking about on our website, just a small piece, 25 here, 50 there. Maybe that's all you can do.
Right.
Maybe that's all you can do, but don't ever think a small piece is a small piece, because it's a game changer to somebody.
And you're investing in a kid's life, and you never know what that difference that might make. Right?
And, every little bit adds up. So, Yeah, we take food donations, we take money donations, we take volunteer helping, time. Yeah. So, and actually, yes, so we have volunteers that come Tuesday nights, and they help put the bags together so the schools don't have to do it this year. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So how do they get a hold of you? So give us your website, and then how do they get you on social media? So talk about that.
So we have a Facebook page, and it's called Coyote Packs, and so on there you will find all of our information, and it has our email address and our website on the Facebook page, and then like I said, we'll also be out at the different community events coming up. We have a lot for, Christmas especially.
Awesome.
And then they can also email me at my school email, which is Megan, MEGAN .Massey, MASSEY at AnnaISD.org.
Awesome. And then that usually posts the different things that you're going to do on the social media and everything else, so they can follow you there, right?
Yes.
All in all, this is a great organization to support. We're excited to be able to partner with them, and to be able to give this donation that we did so we can cover some of the Coyote Packs. We're at Coyote Packs to cover some of the Coyote Packs. Right?
He was making fun of me. And his son goes to this school district.
We have so much fun here in the podcast. Coyote Packs, right?
Yeah.
So we did a $1,000 donation to be able to help support what it is that you're doing.
Greatly
and we're looking at doing another one before it is that the Christmas season comes. But anything that you can give, you can actually go to helpbeamiracle.com, the website. And again, if you mark it inside the comments that is for Coyote Packs, then we'll make sure that it gets to them. You can also, the Amazon list, and you can also volunteer on Tuesday nights to be able to help. Whatever way it is that you can support, it's going to make a big difference.
Yes.
Big difference.
Right?
Big difference,
it does.
yeah.
Any final things that you want to add about the organization and what it is that you do?
I just want to say I just love the Anna community, and I love, you hear all the time it takes a village, but it really does. Grace Place and Coyote Packs work together, and then now we get to work with you guys, and so we all have the same end goal. And I think when you have all this passion and all these people who want to work hard to end hunger or just helping people in general, we can do so much more together.
That I was just sitting here thinking, a little over 2 years ago, when we wasn't even going to have the podcast studio, one thing led to another. Man, I was sitting there and I felt like I was supposed to do Miracle Farms Foundation, and I finally said, okay, I'll do that. Went through all the process to get it approved, 501c done, and I was just in my mind thinking how fortunate I am to have Alistair in my life, how fortunate we came together and seeing what we're able to start doing with the foundation, and that's what I was really thinking about, how lucky I am with everything I've gone through in my own personal life the last couple of years to be sitting here and being able to give money away to help somebody that couldn't do it. So you caught me off guard. I'm being I almost want to tear up, but it's like, hey, there's not a better feeling to be able to write a check to know that you're going to give a kid, and one of the things that me and you've both talked about from the very beginning with Miracle Farms is we don't bring just anybody in here.
Right.
We don't write a check to just anybody without, she can testify. I wanted their 501c3 information. I wanted their stuff to make sure they were for real, because if Miracle Farm stamp approval goes on it, we're giving it to a good place.
That's it.
And so that's what I think excites me, and that's why you caught me off guard.
Yeah, no worries. And I had worked with Megan before, so I already knew that she was vouching. Of course, our mutual friend Justin, he vouched for you too as well. We're going to get them in the podcast studio too.
Perfect.
Start talking about some of the stuff that they're
amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome, right? And then we had Jody Bills, who's also on your board.
He's amazing.
Jody and Abby are in here as well. Like you said, the community all works together to be able to go out there and do big things. So excited to be able to work with you.
Yeah, one of the things I was going to say too, you caught me off guard, is we're such of a knit community in this area. You literally can drive across the street and you're in Salina, or you're in Van Alstyne, or you're in Melissa. You're so close together. Don't let a boundary separate you from giving. If you live in Melissa and you think, I ain't going to help. No, what it might be is there might be a day you need this help or your child needs this help. So
Exactly.
one thing Miracle Farms is doing, we're crossing boundaries. We're crossing across the
Nice.
United States. It doesn't matter if you live in Anna, Texas, and or if you live in Van Alstyne, and she finds out about you and you're going to school, she's going to help you, and vice versa here. So check us out once again at helpbeamiracle.com. Is that correct?
You got it.
Yeah, that's right. I know that. Just want to make sure you did the website, helpbeamiracle.com, and Coyote Packs, not Coyote, but Coyote Packs. Check us out there. Have fun. We don't want to leave nobody out with food.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Megan, for
Thank
being
you,
here
Thank
with
you
us.
so very much.
We'll
I appreciate
talk to
it.
you soon.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Everybody have a great day.